All right. Welcome to yet another session of Advanced Management Accounting. My name is Mr. Mariga, and on behalf of Manifested Publishers. All right. Today, I want us to talk about simulation models in inventory. And what is simulation? Simulation is basically a quantitative technique used in decision making, specifically under conditions of what? Uncertainty. We have talked about simulation previously when we talked about what? Simulation in CVP, specifically in planning and short-term decision making. But today, we will talk about what? Simulation in inventory what? Controls, in inventory control. Now, for us to simulate, there are certain things we require. There are certain items that we require for us to successfully simulate what? Inventory. Number one, you need your probability distribution. This never changes. This never changes. You need your probability distribution. Normally, the probability distribution here of inventory is of two things. Your demand, and who? Lead time. Your demand and lead time. Number two, you need your cumulative probability distribution. We need to determine cumulative probabilities. Cumulative probabilities of both demand and lead time. Number three, we need our random number ranges. We need our random number what? Ranges. Very, very important. Number four, we need a simulation worksheet. Simulation who? Worksheet. Simulation worksheet. Okay. So I want us to look at a question of April 2023. April 2023, question 3B. Our question is April 2023, question 3B. April 2023, question 3B. Where they're saying, Raspi Stores Limited is open 300 days each year. The store outsources and sells a single product, branded solar. There is variability in lead time of each new order placed with the manufacturer, which sometimes leads to stockouts. Annual demand is 15,000 pairs of solar. Cost price of solar is 200 per pair. Fixed ordering cost of requisition is estimated to be 80 shillings. For each pair of solar, annual inventory holding out opportunity cost of capital is 13.33% of its cost price. The management has determined that economic order quantity based on data given above, which should be used as a reorder quantity. The initial inventory available is 180 pairs of solar, while the reorder level is set at 50 pairs of solar. The out-of-stock cost amount to 100 per pair of solar units that are out of stocks. The customer demand is unknown. However, total usage of solar over the 4-day lead time is expected to be as follows. There you have it. The random numbers generated by the computer software are as follows. Annual demand of 4, 8, 6, 1, 7, 1, 9, 0, 3, and 8. Lead time is 28, 10, and 56 required. The economic order quantity. So let's start with the first part of this question. EOQ. EOQ we know is the square root of 2 by demand by OC divided by HC. So your annual demand is 15,000 pairs of solar. You multiply by your ordering cost per order is 80. Divide by your holding cost, which is 13.33% of cost price. And your cost price is 200. So therefore, this is 300 units. 300 units. Okay. Then part 2 of that question, simulate. Okay. All right. For us to simulate, we need our probability distribution. You have your demand, You want to simulate your demand and probability, cumulative probability, 30, 60, 90, and 120, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and 0.1. Okay, we want our cumulative probability 0.2, 0.5, 0.9, and that is 1.0. Then we must determine our random number what ranges. Our random number ranges. This is what we're following: probability distribution, cumulative probability, and random number what ranges. Now this should be 0 to 1, 2 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 9. Remember, we said it should be what? Inclusive, inclusive. Notice here I've written 1, not 2. And hapa 2 to 4, not 5, 5 to 8, and 9 to 9, or just 9. Can even just have it there 9. No problem. Okay, we have the random number ranges for who? Demand. The other item we were given is lead time. We also need for who? Lead time. We have our probability, your cumulative who? Probability, and your random number what? Class your random number who? Ranges. So this working never changes. Lead time, probability, cumulative, random number ranges. Your lead time is 1, 2, 3, and 4. 0.15, 0.30, 0.45, and this is 0.10. So that means that is 100. Your random number ranges will now be 00 to 14, 15 to who? 44, 45 to 89, and 90 to who? To 99. So these are in ones, so the random number will also be in ones. These probabilities were in tens, so the random numbers will also be in what? Tens. They should also be in what? Tens. All right. Hope that is clearly understood. Then we need to prepare a simulation worksheet. Simulation worksheet. I'll start with your day. Then opening what? Stocks. Have your demand. Have your sales. Have your closing stock. Closing stock. Then, in case there is a stock out. In this question, you do not have any back orders. Stock out. Then you need to order. After you order, you will have a what? Your lead time. That is how a simulation worksheet looks like. Day one, they were saying how much was your opening stock. Note number 6, the initial inventory available was 180. And we have forgotten, so we have left out the random numbers here. Something very, very critical. Opening stock. It's the problem with wanting to hurry up. And you want to hurry up, you may find yourself missing something, but thank God we have captured that earlier. All right, so your opening stock is 180. Your random number for demand is 4. So with the demand of 4, your demand is 60. With the random number of 4, your demand is 60. Do you have enough to sell 60? Yes, because you have an opening stock of what? 180. So therefore you can sell 60. Then your opening stock minus your sales will give you your closing stock. You don't have any stock out because you still have a closing stock of 120. What was your reorder level? Your reorder level is 50. So once you have a reorder level of 50, you do what? You order. You order. Whereas our closing stock is 120. Then 8. Your opening stock is 120. No, day 2 rather. Day 2. Your random number is 8. And with 8, your demand is 90 units. So you're going to sell the 90 units. 120 minus 90 is a 30. Yes, it is. It is 30. Are you going to suffer from stock out? No, you have a closing stock of 30. Are you going to order? Yes. Why? Because the current closing stock is below your reorder level of 50. Your random number for lead time is 28. And with 28, your lead time is how many days? 2 days. 2 days. Let's go to day 3. The opening stock is 30. Your random number is 6. Your demand is what? 90. You cannot sell 90. You can only sell how many units? 30. Why? Because you only have 30. Then your closing stock is 0. Do you have a stock out? Yes. You had a demand of 90. You have sold 30. So how much is that that you've not sold? 60. Will you order? No, you will not order. You still have a pending order on date 2. Then for the day, you receive your inventories. You had a lead time of 2, so 1, 2, we are going to receive them on the 4th day. And when we receive them, you are going to receive your reorder quantity of EOQ, which is 300 units, which they had told us, given by note number 5. The management has determined economic order quantity based on data given, which should be the reorder quantity. So we'll receive our reorder quantity of 300. Your random number is 1. So your demand is 30. You sell how many units? The 30 units. Your closing stock will be 270. There was nowhere they were telling us on back orders. There was nowhere they were telling us on back orders. So these units that were not sold, you cannot sell them again. You're not going to suffer from any stock out. You're not going to order. The 5th date, your opening stock is what? 270 with 7. With 7, your demand is 90. Your sales will be 90. This is 180, your closing stock. Any stock outs? No. Day 6, 180. A lead time of 1, 30 units, 150. Other sales of 30, closing stock of 150, which is 180 minus 30. Any stock outs? No. Are you going to make any orders? No. No. Day 7, opening is 150. 9, 120. Sell the 120 because you have more than enough. This will give you 30. Any stock outs? No. But we need to order. Why? Because our closing stock is below our reorder level. This is 10 as your random number. which means you have a lead time of 1 day. So which you're going to receive on the 8th day. We receive 300 units, so in total we'll have 450. So 1 day, from here to here, the 4th day, from 7 to 8 is 1 day. Your random number, so the 450, remember, not the 450, but the 330, sorry. The 330 is the closing stock of 30, plus how many units you have received? 300, plus the 300 you have received. Notice that is also what we did here. Here. 1, 2, here. Do not have any closing stock, so 0 plus 300 is 300. So here your closing stock is 30, plus you have received your reorder quantity of 300, so making your opening 330. Your random number for the 8th day is 0. You can only have demand of 30, sell 30, so that is 300. You're not making any sales, any orders. 9th day, opening stock is 300. Random number is 3. 60 here is your demand. Sales will go into sell 60, so that is 240. Then on the 10th day, 240, random number is 8, so you'll sell how much? 90. This is 150. Right. And that is that. That is how you simulate that what? That worksheet. That is how you simulate that. Then using the above information, estimate the average daily holding what? Cost. The average daily stock holding cost. So your stock holding costs. Cost, you must determine that. How will you determine that? You're going to simply determine all the units that were held, or the units that were done what? Held. So which is all these units? The closing stocks 120 plus 30 plus 270 plus 180 plus 150 plus 30 plus 300 plus 240 plus 150, 1470. Then the 1470, you multiply that by your holding cost, and your holding cost was 13.3. 3% of 200. Then because you want the average, you divide by 10 days. You divide that by what? By 10 days. So your cost per day is how much? That cost per day is that. Okay, that is how you determine your holding cost. Now, they're not asked, but in case they ask for your stock out costs, your stock outs were only 60, So you're going to take 60 by your stock out cost per unit, and your stock out cost per unit was 100. So this is 6,000. If you want it per day, you simply divide by 10. All right. Then if they ask us for our total cost, it was not a requirement. You're going to take your holding cost, which is 19.02 times 10 days. That was the average. Just you can write this one here. 1470 times 13.33% times 200. Plus your stock out cost of 6,000. Plus your stock out cost of 6,000. 55 190.2. So the average stock cost, you simply take your total cost, divide by the number of days. That is how you simulate what? Inventory when you don't have back orders, when you don't have back orders. So in the next lesson, we will simulate inventories with back orders. We will simulate inventories with back what? When you have been given back orders. When you have been given back orders, or when you were told there was back ordering. That is what we will do in the next what? In the next lesson. Right. So on my behalf, goodbye. God bless you. Be safe.